Alrighty, boys and girls, good morning, good morning. How we all doing? Welcome in. Good to see you all bright and early. I hope today, one, there's no technical issues. Let's pray to RNGs for no technical issues. Two, I'm feeling a little bit better. It's hot as all hell, but I'm feeling better. Might not sound it, but if everything goes to plan, we will get a few characters leveled up today. Not these four idiots. Not these four idiots. This is just my shameless promo. Not these four idiots, but for starters, I've got 3 level 60 boosts that I need to do something with. 3 level 60 boosts are on the cards, which we can get those leveled up. Please ignore my mini cookie clicker addiction. We'll ignore that. Pretend this doesn't exist. Pretend this doesn't exist. We will we'll have to get a few. Where are all of my non-level 70s? You're level 30. I'm about ready to delete Rip Frogs. I feel sad, you know. Rip Frogs might get the Ripperoonies. You might get the boot. Just because, like, he's level 30 and he didn't do any of the shenanigans. Leveling him up to level 70 without doing any of the shenanigans from this point on is just going to be like, ugh. He might just get the boot. Miss Bob is unlike. Why has Miss Bob got 100,000 gold? Go on, Miss Bob. You could probably do with being leveled up. We have a hunter that needs leveling up. My old school warrior. And then a bunch of random old school level 60s from just pretty much all over the place, honestly. And some really low level ones that I either need to delete or do something with. These were old bank characters on old realms, making me think that they could just get the boot, like, fully now. Now that it's merged everything into one list, I'm gonna lie, I don't like it. I don't like it. I wish we could just go, oh yeah, show me just the characters on Taran Mill, please. Show me just the 3 characters on Taran Mill. But no. Like, what's the point of having this if it doesn't do anything? Am I the only one that's confused by this? Like, this does, like, what's the point? This doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter what I select on this. I can select whichever realm I like on this. It doesn't do anything. It literally doesn't do anything. So yeah. I wish there was a. I know this sounds bad, and I know you know, people don't like change. I don't like change. Nobody likes change, but it'd be nice if we could just, until they fix some of the quirks, to go back to the old one. Wasn't like that in the beta. You choose the realm and the warband changed. Well, that was more of a beta thing. That's because not all of the servers on beta are actually connected. The leveling servers are all connected, but they go to 11 or whatever the realm's called. That one's not actually connected. 60 to 70 is very fast in the pre-patch event. Yeah, I've heard. And I've also been kindly given some catch-up TLDRs on how to do it, so I should be slightly more efficient. Maybe we'll dive in with level 62 character just to get a feel this morning, get some coffee in me, get a feel. What do you think about investing in materials for making Philosopher's Stones for alchemy? I mean, it's super niche. I mean, maybe. I gotta get it out there that thaumaturgy isn't what people think thaumaturgy is. Thaumaturgy is not a sorry. Thaumaturgy is no longer the daily cooldown blasphemite crafting tree. Blasphemites are literally a byproduct. Free one can be bought from a vendor in Tanaris. Well, that kind of nukes the investment opportunity there. Well, it doesn't nuke it because people still do what people do, but yeah, I don't think I have positive feelings about that sort of investment, honestly. But you can make anything work. You can make anything work if you try hard enough. Right, talents. I need to build. I need to sit down and I actually need to spend some time and make a new hunter build now that they've changed it all. But truth be told, as of right here, right now, I can't be bothered. We'll just use the starter build. Let's get that button out the way. You can go over there. That button out the way. You can go over there. Steady shot. Get out of here. Steady shot. Where's Cobra shot? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 is probably something like explosive shot. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do. Don't think we need anything else, do we? That'll do. Why the Christ on a bicycle and am I here? Why am I here? Lady Daisy, good morning.
Let's
welcome
make
in.
Sweet
welcome.
profit together.
Oh, I thought I missed that for a second then, but my alerts are like miles behind. Going for another 14 months. Do it. Thank you. Appreciate it. New characters are created on the selected realm, otherwise not much check. Well, that's true. That's true. That little interface is mostly useful then, I would guess, for selecting which realm you want to create your character on, at the very least. Oh, this tune's Alliance. I've just suddenly realised what's going on here. Tune's Alliance. That threw me through a loop then. I started flying into Stormwind and wondering if that was the smart move. Has Zygo updated? Does Zygo have anything for this? Recent... Wait, hang on. What's going on here? No, Zygo's not done an update recently. And you off, we don't need you. Right, where are we going here? Where are we going here? In the middle. What, my add-ons are wrong. There's some things very wrong going on here. Many wrongs. I really don't need this up here, do I? Unless we're doing remix business. Why is add-on control panel not on by default? Reputation reset and keeps resetting. Wait, hang on, what's this? Oh no. Oh no. What's this? What's the actual problem? I'm confused to what the problem is. Oh. Is it just reputations reset and keep resetting? I was exalted with the Obsidian Warders on this character. When I logged in today, reputation reset to neutral. Did some quests to get it back to friendly, but now it just keeps resetting to 0 every time I log in. Other characters in my warband don't seem to have this problem, though none of them are exalted with that faction. Oh. Yeah. Icky. Icky. This character, obviously the old stuff isn't, yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is fine. As long as this is fine, I'll worry about that another day. I should probably check that with my main character though, to be fair. Right, where's old Khadgar gone? Did we ding just by strolling in? We did. Nice. Yep. Oh yeah, that weak aura doesn't need to be on, does it? Turn that off. Weak aura mop remix token XP something or other. Probably that one. Oop. Fixed. Right, yeah, so my hope is that I can actually get a few characters level today and actually start to get into the swing of this. I didn't really play much of this at all yesterday. Go to the portrait room in Dalaran, use the glowing portal, and join the Radiant Echoes event. Once it begins, kill the area bosses. Yes, yes, yes. So, this way. This way, this way. Memories of a Mosh, memories of King Gordok. I probably need to do each one of these at least once to figure out what they are and whether they're ones I want to actually do. People have told me that some of them are better than others to do. I have a bit of a cluster of info going on up here as well, don't we?
These echoes must be...
Okay, you're a big dinosaur. Let's just slam you. Oh, I got war mode on. Okay. Trees, go away. In 2024, Blizzard, can you please make trees transparent? Like... Honestly, surely the tech exists. There should be a new collision camera option. Yeah, but it works the other way round. It means if I run behind something, you still see the outline of me. Maybe... Arachnophobia mode. Where would it be? Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Water collision?
I wonder what
Not yet.
is trying to tell us with these echoes.
Oh, dinosaur down. Dinosaur down. Oh, we can kill him again. Everybody else has flown off. Where did everybody else go? Why should a tree be transparent? When you do this, look. Like, just make it transparent so you can always see your character. I mean, it can still look like a tree this way, but just when it comes between you and your character, make it transparent. That shouldn't be difficult, right? How many alts have I leveled for the War Within? I would say not enough, but at the same time, I'd also say more than I'm likely going to level to 80. So, yeah, I'm stuck in rock and a hard place situation of the I don't necessarily know if I've got enough or not. 20-ish, 30 maybe. I don't know. I don't even know. New interface setting to reduce camera collision in the War Within. I've just looked for it. I couldn't find it. Mouse, camera, water collision, camera adjustment. Not for me. What does this WowWow article say? Are you sure this is not on the PTR and not actually live yet? Oh, use a console command to turn it on and off. Flipping Lord. Setting 1 and setting 10. What? Okay. It still doesn't actually... It does the opposite of what I kind of want it to do. That is the most annoying thing in the world. That's snapping in front of something. No. That's motion sickness guaranteed. Indirect visibility. It doesn't fix the problem, does it? I'll wait till it's a feature in the game. I'll wait till it's properly in the game. Where's my summon pet button? Oh, he's dead. I need a mend pet button. Your target is dead. Yes, I know. That's... Oh, flipping hell. What happens when you don't drink enough coffee? Boom. Onyxia. I need to move my leveling bar. Where you at? There you are. Can we move a few things? Not in combat. To move this bar, I think, don't we? Lamnican, welcome in. Good morning. Yes, everything is well. Other than I am back up to 90% health. I need some caffeine in my system though. Once I get some caffeine in my system, it will be all good. All good. I can press a few buttons in my cookie clicker because I'm addicted to this stupid little game. Am I dead yet? No, we're good. Multitasking. Multitasking is the order of the day. Nixia takes a beating, you know. She don't mess about. How much experience are we getting from this? 29k up to 40k? And more, up to 58k. We'll take it. Maybe this can just live up here. That look better up there. It looks better there, doesn't it? We'll leave it up there. That works. It's a bit big still. Not sure I like it, but it'll do. Yeah, I spoke about this. I've accidentally muttered the words. So does now it just completely reset? I guess it does. I've accidentally muttered the words level them to 80. And that's not strictly required for you to level them to 80. At least not straight away. But that doesn't take away the fact that you will at some point want to level them to 80. This is why I suspect people are a little bit in over their heads with the old army business. Most people, you know, it's nice and quick and easy to get the level 70s right now. But I'm not convinced people really understand quite what goes into maintaining those throughout the expansion. You stop, like, one-shotting my pet, please. You definitely, for patch 11.0, can survive with them being level 70. But, just like what happened with Dracothis in 10.1... there is likely going to come a point where you are going to want to get them leveled up to 80. Now, you know, doing that a handful of times, no problem. Most people can handle that. Most people will enjoy that. But without that super zerg quick way to get from 70 to 80, we'll see how many people actually keep up with their old armies. I know categorically that I'm lazy enough that I'll get my 5 characters to level 80 for the bonus 25% buff. But I'm going to be way too busy wanting to do other things to spend all my day, every single day, leveling characters to 80. I mean, if that's your jam, great. But leveling is usually something I like to do a few times. And then I'll do everything in my power to not do it again, usually. I think I only had 5 level 70 characters up until patch 10.2. So, kind of goes to show, even though I get to play the game a lot, leveling's not really my jam. I filled out my 5 accounts, 325, 95% of them are goblins. Nice. Nice. People already stopped doing the pre-patch, or am I just on a dead shard? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have much reference to go by. The free weekend would have most definitely been the best time to have done it, though. There's no question. Right, where's everybody going? I'm going to follow where everybody else goes. Everybody's going to Crystal Power, maybe?
I wonder what Azeroth is trying to tell us with these echoes.
There's a strong chance that people will have used the free weekend to do a bunch of it. And now it's obviously not the weekend. You might need to try and find that busy shard, potentially. The hell? Embedded power crystals? The haze from these, blah 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 blah, something. Hello? The haze forms from these remembered crystals flicker with a kaleidoscope of colour, continuously shifting between blah 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 and blah. Alright, we'll just ignore those. Oh, you bring the crystals to the pylon. Where be said pylon? Yeah, severe lack of gear is hurting this dude. Dudette, I should say. They seem to barely be able to kill a single mob. Probably equip some heirlooms. Definitely need to equip some heirlooms. Safe spot real fast. Here, have some crystals. Heirlooms, hunter, one of you. Pair of shoulders, one of you. Back piece thingy, one of you. Chest piece, one of you. Pair of pants. Door. Bow. Absolutely. Ring. Why not? What else am I missing? These unique equipped. Ghost pirate ring. Can I put 2 of these on? No, it swaps them out. Necklace. You. We're missing trinkets of some sort. Item level sticks. Do I not have any trinkets? That'll do. Much better. Wouldn't the most efficient way to level alts be the world quests on those instead of the mains, unless you get item level increase? I don't know, I'm just killing stuff right now, it's fast enough. Or it's fast enough in theory. Oh, I've just missed that one, that's annoying.
I remember this one.
Everybody's going this way.
Are these echoes a message? Or merely a response?
Honestly, in terms of what's fastest, I'm just going by what I've been told. I'm joining this party a little bit late, so I'm just going by what I was told, and I was told that this little event is by far the quickest way to level stuff right now, so I'm doing that, doing just that. So I seem not to be able to kill anything. Yeah, this is probably remarkably quick if you've got people running around killing everything for you. Doing the killing yourself, not so much. Try the other one. I don't like that one. This one all about. You turn on your obscured setting. No, I don't have the option in my settings. I'll wait till it's actually properly implemented. I'm not faffing around with console commands. Then I'll lose where the console command is, and I want to turn it off, and something will go horribly wrong.
Are these echoes a message? Or merely a response?
Pick up the daily quest. The daily over here, broken masquerade thingy. Let me kill this dude first, then. Oh, pet's dead. Just search obscured. Go silhouettes when obscured. Alright, sure. Now it just does this. It still doesn't fix my problem. My problem is there's a fuck off tree in my way. That's what I don't want to see. And a little silhouette of where I am makes no difference to me whatsoever. I mean, I'll keep it on because something's better than nothing, but it's kind of pointless. Deviate Delights, Memories of King Gurdok. That's another... Oh, daily quest. Daily quest. Daily quest. What's this then? Do some stuff. Oh. 3,000 residual memories. There you go. Sure. Easy. Are the kill one dude ones the better ones to be doing?
Must be contained.
Because crystal power, vampire spider eyes. That's dead. They're not being swarmed by lobies, yes. Oh, in terms of people like leeching, which are doing nothing more than just jacking up the health points, yeah. Don't seem to have too much of an issue with anybody leeching right now. Have I picked anything up that's remotely interesting? Yeah. Combine 20 of them into a solidified essence. Token of remembrance, piece of champion gear. Is this level 80 champion gear? If I open this now, is it going to give me something stupid? Yeah, it requires level 70. Okay, we'll be there in a minute. Oh, I have a sneaky suspicion the reason why this is not, why I'm not on a very full shard is because this is an alliance toon on Draenor, which is the most dumb thing you could have done. Why did I make an alliance toon? I have no idea. I swear his health's going up, not down though. What's the add-on for the XP bar? This is just a weak aura. Luxor's weak aura or something. I'm in combat, I can't do it now, but it's like the most popular weak aura for... You just search leveling on wago.io, you'll find it. I think I saw somewhere it said I need, what, like 300,000 something or others. How many of these do we need? Now this claims 58,000, which is definitely wrong. 308,000, there we go. Get everything. I've got plenty of ults to level up, so that's within the reach, I think. Okay, this boss is taking flipping forever. Press some buttons over here. Can you remind us how to apply to the guild? I tried searching for it using the guild finder, but no luck. The guild finder, by the looks of things, doesn't support cross-realm yet, which is a bit annoying, really. What I'm likely to do to supplement this is I will probably set up a channel in the Discord for the guild, so like a Discord chat, But anybody can obviously hop in there and then, you know, ask for an invite. Somebody can invite you directly, whoever's online. It's not ideal in any way, shape, or form, because I was kind of hoping that people would be able to just go, no refunds, and it show up. But yeah, the guild finder doesn't seem to do its thing very well. Unless you have to select some stuff here, maybe. No, it's weirdly just balked.
I wouldn't call this particular echo.
A bit annoying, really, because I was kind of relying on that to just work so people could search for the guild. But let me quickly see if it was just an in-combat business. Yeah. Yeah, dumb. Bit of a shame. Needs to be the same faction. I'm not entirely sure. Is it maybe a faction thing? Also, equally dumb, because guilds are cross faction as well. So I will fix something. There's no rush on this. I know obviously it's nice to hear that people already want to join. But there's no rush on this, as it's not until the war within it's going to be of great importance anyway. But yeah, I will have to set up a Discord channel for it, for people to be able to get easy access. Alternatively, if I happen to be, you know, if I'm online on my main character, you can just whisper me and I'll throw you an invite. But this character, my ults, I'm not pumping all of my ults into the guild. I'll put a couple of handful of like main characters in, but I'm not going to dump everything in there. Dirt, my man, welcome in. Good morning, good morning. I have not missed your sub. I was finishing my TED talk. Good morning. Hope you're well. Thank you very much for the 38 now.
We overcame this once,
spicy numbers.
and we will once more.
I'm the only person here. This is challenging. I would like to kill the big dinosaur, but I'm the only one here.
The memory of Anixia and her
The dead game already. Alliance on a horde populated server is going to have problems. Or I am sharded really poorly. One of the two. But I've still got a few things I need to sort with the guild. Obviously, I need the Discord channel to duplicate like guild chat. I could do with setting up all of the roles and permissions and stuff, as I haven't really done that properly yet either. So that's all a little bit work in progress. Honestly, I'm playing catch up. I'm trying to do everything that's happened in the last 2 weeks, and I'm still lagging behind. What happens when you take a vacation, like an actual vacation, like away, didn't even play the game kind of vacation? Feel like I'm behind. Oh, is the event over in this zone? No, Anixia spawned. Go kill Anixia. Telling me how we doing? Welcome in. Good morning. I don't really have a fair experience of this yet, because I've spent about 20 minutes doing it in total. So It's always something that, you know, whilst there's a currency to grind, you'll have lots and lots and lots of people doing it, but soon as everybody gets the currency, they've got zero incentive to do it again any longer. These events are always at their peak as soon, you know, as they are new, as they are fresh. I'm just going to go on a bit of a tagging session here. More dots, more dots. Ow, ow, ow. Being cooked. Get off me. Maybe just hit the dragon. I'm not, because it's 480 gear, isn't it? So I'm not convinced that will be attractive enough for people to really do it that much on their ults either. Plus, there's part of me that wonders, because like Prepatch turned up in such a sorry state of affairs, and even this event was like super bugged, super broken, and to my understanding they've basically completely rebuilt it from the ground up in like 24 hours, which is odd that they launched it in the way that it came out in the first place, and then that they were able to retrofit it so fast to be very different. I kind of wonder how many people, like on the first day, logged in to try the pre-patch event, found it to be dog do, and just was like, nah, see you later. I'm out of here. I'll come back on the 22nd, or I'll come back on the 19th when Remix Purgatory opens up, you know. I wonder how many people just took one look at it and was like, nope. I wonder if that's why they did the free weekend. In fact, no, there was enough marketing for the free weekend. It probably wasn't a spur of the moment thing. Probably wasn't a knee-jerk fix to a problem. I need barrage, don't I? I absolutely 100% need barrage. Not that I'm not getting tags, but it would make making sure I have them easier, wouldn't it? Is there actually any incentive to be doing this on your main character, though? How much of it is warbound? How much of it can be sent places? All the Mog and collectibles and everything can be farmed on leveling ults, surely. I'm wondering if I'm ever going to need to even step foot into this event with my main character. Because he's got more than 480 gear anyway. Collect the warbound until equipped gear for the ults. Why wouldn't you just level ults at the same time, even if you go as far as to just make brand new characters to do it? Not sure. I don't want any more ults. Well, that's also a strong possibility, which I would agree with. I don't want more ults, but more ults, I can always find a use for them. Come on, Anixia. All over. You're cooked now. 66. This is going to get 67, do we reckon? With rested experience, surely. Boom. What do we get? B67 boots. Oh, they're monster of an upgrade. Yes, please. Out resets. Where's everybody going? Memories of Mosh? Is that where everybody's going to go? Where did everybody go? My brain would tell me to go to the big dinosaur and just pew pew.
Call this particular echo radiant.
It doesn't look like anybody else had the same idea. Maybe that isn't the play. Oh, the fear on the dinosaur sucks. So is that what the problem is? Okay. Leveled a couple of ults there. Wasn't great, but they were already level 20, 30. Started out at item level 118. Didn't get a single upgrade drop until about 64. Probably why the bosses are taking so long. People are just in terrible gear in the scaling. Yeah, maybe. Item level of the drops doesn't start to be okay until 60 plus. Alright. Oh, and they've made the mini bosses stronger now, have they? Okay, well maybe we ignore him then. What was crystal power? Oh, it was kill things, find crystals. Maybe we can kill things, find crystals. Is this how they're going to fix, like, AFK play now? Is everything just going to have a fear? Is that what... Is that what their combat to it is going to be? Pet's dead. This is one of those things where I kind of you know, some of the tricks that they have to use to counteract the negative playstyle of others can get a touch frustrating. Like, not all of these need to be screaming and fearing and doing all sorts of craziness. Oh, was the patch notes just literally from today? I should probably have a look at those. I should probably have a look. Have Trank Shot. I just haven't got it keybound. Trank Shot. How many crystals do we need? Where's the big tower thing? All of that got me 6%. Suck a fat one. That's not happening. That's not happening. Nope. Not doing that by myself. You can screw off.
It's fascinating how strongly Azeroth remembers these events.
And I hit this dude like a wet noodle. Don't kill my pet. Just don't one-shot my pet. A level 35 Boomy is entered the equation, which doubled his health. Only 11 minutes left on the hour, so I guess only low levels are there now. Why would it only be low levels there? Oh, because if people have leveled their character, they've moved on and and moved on to the next guy. Well, that's going to be the continuous problem, isn't it? As soon as people ding level 70, they're going to peace out and bring a new level 10 character to the mix. 67 Rogue. Yeah, this fella's health's not going anywhere. Look. Not moved a blip. This is where I'm half tempted to abuse some streamer privileges here. Can you raid group this? Is it something we can throw a raid group together and just absolutely slam it? Might be the play, you know. I said the other option is I just can it off completely. Can it off completely. Go play beta. Dailies are 3k each. Not killing boss with 8 minutes left at 94%. Yeah, that's probably true, isn't it? You ain't definitely getting this down to 0 with 8 minutes left, and you're definitely not killing a Nixer again. But maybe people are taking a smoke break. Probably not wrong. See? Why keep you around? Smart people. Clever people. Oh, actually, not only talking about smart people, where's my networking gurus at? Where's the people who know their shit about networking stuff? Questions for anybody that's smart enough to answer. Asking the internet this sort of stuff is mental, by the way, but we'll give it a go anyway. I have already 2 Ubiquiti wireless access points. Now, this is because studio and house. It's all networked together. My studio, the house is all Cat 6 Ethernet, every room, all wired up, all beautifuls, right? But the access points are not meshing together because, to my understanding, I don't have a Ubiquiti control point thing. My question is it worth getting one? Or is Ubiquiti the Apple of the networking world in terms of it being, it looks nice, but it's expensive? I haven't quite figured it out. I've not, I was, because our internet service provider gave us, well, they didn't give them, I had to buy them, but like they supplied the access points. They were going to supply me with one, and I was like, can I get a second one? Because they were doing them on some discount. And I was like, sure. But I want to know about the expandability and whether it's worth investing the money in getting something. Getting a brain for the system somewhere. Ubiquiti is pretty good. Cloud Key 2 ? Now I know those words. Usually it's enough if they have the same SSID and password. Well, yeah, that does work. I have done exactly that. The only problem is wireless networks are, they're dumb, aren't they? So, like, if my wife is walking around with her laptop or my phone or whatever like that, it has to completely drop from one before it will connect to the other one. It's having them properly meshed up, my understanding, requires something smart enough to like actively switch your connection from one access point to another, which they don't do when they're in standalone mode. What's this? The Unified Cloud Gateway. Oh, this is the thing I've seen. This is the thing I've seen. And this is the thing I'm very, I'm tempted to get. Because this is going to, if I understand it right, be the brain of my system. Not only is it going to be the brain of the system, it is going to offer me expandability into the rest of their ecosystem. The wife wants security cameras, which is another key reason why I'm looking at expanding on what I already have. The wife wants security cameras. I want, like, smart door access stuff, if it's feasible. And if it can all seamlessly integrate within the same system, I'm happy to do it. Up to 2 terabyte NVMe storage. I guess that's for, like, the... Why would you need 2 terabytes of internal storage? Why would you need that? Is that for the video camera footage? Couldn't I store that on a hard drive on a server? Probably. Maybe that's if you don't have a permanently on server, I suppose. Am I having trouble with Plex? No, Plex has worked alright for me. I still use Plex. Plex works fine. But it can both run the network and protect it and others. Storage for the video footage. Yeah, I suppose storage for the video footage is a smart move. So yeah, I had seen this. I had seen this, and this looked to be sensible. What do you get in the box? The ting, the power supply, and the power cable. Of course you do. All right. Cloud Gateway Max. What's one of these going to set me back? Cloud Gateway Max. Way Max. The fact that it hasn't instantly tried to sell me one means it might not be easy to get one. Finland. Oh, hang on. If you slip the word buy in your search, $250. That's not bad. A 184 without storage. Is it going to be generic NVMe storage, or is it going to be some proprietary bullshit? Because if it's generic, gives me another good opportunity to buy a bigger NVMe storage drive for my PC and take the one out of my PC and put it in this bad boy. Always thinking. Always thinking. Then it's a tax write-off too. Always thinking. Okay, but that looks quite clever. Not sure if it's going to work with the third-party ones. Let's have a look. Yeah, it doesn't say, does it? One of those where they're not going to tell you. Store. Cloud Gateway Max. Are you going to randomly start doxing me here, website? Hopefully not. So, where did it go? This thing. 184. 443? Wait, hang on. Where did that... Oh, that's the 2 terabyte one. Oh, well. Can I get... Can I get no storage and then put my own hard drive in it, please? Sorry, this is a diversion of, this is a squirrel, but in fact it's now the hour has turned, hasn't it? Oh, not available till August. It is August. 258 with 512 storage. I mean, at that point, you just slap a terabyte in it, don't you? Okay. What's deployment? So it's the brain that runs the rest of your shiz. Okay. I like this idea as well. The wife wants the security cameras. And, you know, I think it is now smart was to add some security to the house properly. Other than having 2 guard dogs. I like the idea of, like, it just instantly opening doors when I get there. Is that a thing? What's the door access business? How does this work then? Tamper-resistant reader with a built-in hub for complete single-door entry control from one device. Are these safe enough to use as, like, your main house entry stuff? Probably not, is it? Intercom system. That's clever. Oh, I like the sound of that already. Yes, Mr. Amazon delivery driver. Yes, Mr. Pizza Man. Just put it down. Put it down. Okay, I'm geeking out about technology. We need to go to wherever the new place is because it's going to be busy now, isn't it? Door thing, not really for house doors. You need magnetic latches and stuff like that. You can get video doorbells. Interesting. I'm intrigued. Where's this one? Where are we going now then? Dragonblight. Welcome in, Jack. I saw you tinkering with some emotes earlier. If you have an unused PC, you can try that as well. I'm running it as a network server. I mean, I have a second PC that sits next to me that's always on. That does basically just that. Is there a quest I need to pick up from here then? What about you? Only darkness. Oh, I've picked this up already. The Mountains, Prophet of Seratus, Lumber Collection, or Trial of the Argent. Why is Zyger having a heart attack? I need to have Alchemy and Jewel Crafting, Prospecting Route for my main, and Blasphemy and Leatherworking Materials on 4 alts. The best, I would spread yourself wider than that, honestly. You're going too narrow. Until you at least have every profession covered, my recommendation is to do just that. My recommendation is to make sure you have every profession covered first, and if you then have any more time, effort, or desires, then you can start doubling, tripling, quadrupling up. Simply because that's going to give... It's just a safety mechanism more than anything. If you put all your eggs in one basket... and I should also point out, Blasphemite is not an alt army system by the looks of things anymore. You can mass produce Blasphemites all day long. Sure, you're not going to be able to produce them as cheaply as somebody that does the absolute optimal way of getting gleaming, but the absolute optimal way to make gleaming practically makes Blasphemites free. which unfortunately might push them into a territory where there's just no money in it to make it worthwhile doing on multiple alts anyway. The Kothists are only worthwhile because they had a sell price of like, 5k pretty consistently. Obviously they've dropped a lot more now, but like with a 5k selling price, you can squeeze 1,000 gold profit out of each one and it starts to be worth. If they're only going to sell at 500 gold a piece, not worth your time. I'm not convinced that the Blasphemite thing is quite what people initially saw it as being. Now that it's had some revisions on the beta and has had some adjustments and some tuning. But ultimately you do you. Having lots of alchemists is not a bad idea at all. Just don't spec them all into thaumaturgy. You might want a few in potions, a few in flasks, that sort of stuff. If for no other reason than just to sort of like amplify your available concentration every day. That's really where the alt army comes to life. Just straight up giving you access to more concentration. So that as and when you need more of it, have more of it. What's going on here then? Looks like a good one to tag stuff.
Thank you, High Lord. Now, challengers, I will begin the ritual of summoning.
But like I said, this is just my perspective on it. Add polls.
Here we go again. Quite different.
You are bound to me, demon.
Trifling gnome, you face Jaraxxus will be your
You face Jaraxxus. You face Jaraxxus. Careful, I'll get copyright if I start singing that. Ooh, piece of gear. Where'd he go? 442. Hello. That'll do. Yeah, the top of the hour, these are much faster. This is much faster at the top of the hour. The tail end of the hour, not so good.
I wonder what Azeroth is trying to tell us with these echoes.
Eridar, Lord of the Burning Legion, is Jaraxxus. There he goes. Any more for any more? Good.
Another will take my place.
Webbed Crusaders? What's this one about? Where is it?
I wouldn't call this particular echo radiant.
Tags is an issue. Needs to be a boomy for this. The boomkin action. Memory of Northrend, nice. Fire be purged.
What a peculiar memory for Azeroth to show us.
Cookie chain. Woo. Where's the next cookie? Ah, cookie chain up. No, cookie chain still going.
It's fascinating how strongly Azeroth remembers these events.
Probably dead in the background now. I have absolutely no idea, by the way, how I accidentally started playing Cookie Clicker again. And if you've never played this game, don't. Ruin your day. Hey, 69 thing. Right, let's go kill the Lich King. Where you at? Oh no, have I waited too long? Have I waited too long? Oh no, he hasn't even spawned yet. Hey, see now that's a good idea. That's a solid idea. Put him in a bubble for a minute. Let everybody get there. Cookie Clicker, my old addiction. I only ever played the web browser version of it. Like a billion years ago. And that meant that I never really got very far because I always forgot it existed. But with the Steam version, it saves my progress. And I'm going to complete Cookie Clicker. Not that I need another... not that I need another task. Not that I need another squirrel to distract me, but... prefer eating them. Oh, well, you and me both, but... I have a weird affliction for those kind of games. I don't know why. Is this going to be enough to ding 70? Probably not, is it? What do we need? 68k? Maryland's double chocolate chip. Nom nom. I've eaten way too many snacks over the last few days. Way too many snacks. I need to hit the gym. Going to London for nearly a week. Like, both me and the wife, we just pigged out. We ate out 3 meals a day, every day, plus, you know, plus hot dog stands, plus ice cream stalls. Oh dear, we spent so much money on food, it's not even funny. It was, obviously we went to London for a wedding predominantly, but, you know, we stayed a few extra days. And we made the mistake of suggesting to go meet friends, and of course every time we went to meet friends they were like, oh, let's go for lunch, let's go for dinner, oh, you should go to this place, you should go to this place. It was wonderful, but I did nothing but eat for about 4 days straight, and then came home and was ill. Nearly ate myself to death. Tasty though. Oh my god, we went to this one place for Sunday lunch. Oh my god, the best Sunday lunch I've ever had. Oh my god, what was it called? Oh, flipping hell. Hawkthorn or something? Hawkthorns? In London? Oh my god. Sunday lunch was off the charts.
Find the strength within you.
I think they're a chain, but like, oh my god. That beef was so good.
I wouldn't call this particular echo radiant.
Sorry, I won't talk about food too much. Gets people hungry. Where do I spend my residual memories, though? Where do we spend them? Remembrance Amul seems to be a fella. How much is the mount, by the way? Remembered Windrider. That's going to be like 50k or something stupid, isn't it? Gonna be big numbers. In Dalaran, where you get the quest farm, zone vendors don't sell everything. Oh, okay. We just take the portal back to Dalaran, like the main central area. Roger. Roger that. Hawksmoor, that's the one. Yes, 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 yes. I don't know what I said, but Hawksmoor, yes. That's the one. Oh my god, the beef there was... Whoops, I'm talking about food again. Sorry. Sorry. It's breakfast time. Coffee. Not Sunday dinners. Mount's only 20k? Not bad, you know. But probably get that leveling a character, right? What am I on? Like 13k? 20k, not bad. Do each of the 4 zones. That's 4 times. Is there 4 zones? 4 times 3, 12k. Easy business.
Are these Azeroth's members or ours?
Whew. Glad somebody was pulling aggro off me there. Getting a bit sketchy.
Remember this one.
It's a real quick one, that.
Are these echoes?
Oh, this might be it, you know. This might be it. Get the tag. Get the tag. Hey! Ding 70. Easy business. Easy. Easy. Do I? How much more of this currency can I get quick enough? Is it worth using this character now to maybe try and get mount? It's discombobulating because I got that first 13k real easy business. The last 7 might be a slog.
I wouldn't call
I
this
don't know.
particular echo radiant.
Thank you, High Lord. Now, challengers, I will begin the ritual of summoning. When I am done, a
These
fearsome
echoes
doom
must
guard
be
will
contained.
prepare for oblivion.
Blade fit for a champion. What's this one about? Oh, I can... what am I doing? Dum-dum. What am I doing? I've just suddenly realised I can pull all of the resources. Is there tax on this?
Bound to me.
Transfer tax? Anybody know? Transfer tax? No transfer tax. No transfer tax. Oh, well, in that case, then. I don't need to piss about doing this. How do we get out of here? Next tune. Where's the portal gone? Okay. Oh, so what do you have to sell then? Let's have a little looky, shall we? Little looky. A lifeless stone ring. Infused with the essences of Azeroth to restore its power. So this is where you need 20 of each, right? This is something I might need to end up doing on my main, right? Farming 20. Oh, these are warbound as well. Oh, easy business. Slap them in the bank. Job done. Hefty satchel, 32 slot bag. I mean, better than my Ember Silk bags right now. Reagent bag. Pet. 10k for the pet. Should we just get the pet done? Just get the pet done. Easy. Pet done. Pendants, 480 gear, warband until equipped. Bunch of gear, bunch of gear, bunch of gear. Bunch of gear, bunch of gear. Alright. Well, I don't care about gearing these dudes up either way, so that'll do. That'll do, that'll do. Slap you fellas in the bank.
Stay your arms. I yield.
In you. In you go. I still refuse to buy this 5th tab, by the way. There's a pet from each zone, by the way. Oh, is there? Okay. Well, that's good to know. So I presume one of you fellas are the big vendors. Yeah, here we go. So you're going to have everything. 20k for the mount. 2 more pets to get. And then it's mostly the same old again. Alright, cool. Alright, I like that. We can work with that. We can work with that. This dude then probably turn to Valdrakken. That'll do. About to pass 500k echoes, still missing 2 capes. The grind is brutal. Oh, is there actual world drop, or sorry, event drop ones as well that you can't buy? Ouch, okay. I have not dared to look at all the things yet regarding this. I probably should, but we'll save that for another day. Right, it's another level 70 though. That's the criticals. Who else we got? Hey! A hunter called Manthias. Why the fuck not? Why not? You can be next on my list. Forthright crystals have changed from 31 gold down to 1 gold vendor price. Oh, have they? Well, at least it won't cost ludicrous amounts to list them on the auction house anymore. Although that didn't seem to stop people previously. F? Wait, hang on. Oh, is that an F for Forthright crystals? We're not F'd. At least it doesn't look like we're F'd. No, we're good. Oh, why the hell am I here? Yeah, teleport me to Orgrimmar, sure. Radiant Echoes, that one. Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. Buttons. Buttons, buttons, have some buttons. Move you out the way. Get you off my bar. Poker shot. Multi-shot. Someone else, someone else, someone else. Explosive shot, why not? Where's Trank shot? Trank shot 5. That'll do. Wait, what? Why is all these all in the wrong place? There we go. Wait, Paul Jade Forest? What was Zygote? Chill. Relax. Relax. Uh-oh. This is a throwback for me. I've not played this character since Shadowlands. Quite literally not played this character since Shadowlands. This was... If I am actually to open my profession... Was this my... Yeah. This was one of my Lego crafters. Boy oh boy did this one character make me a lot of gold. Where are we going? Wild. Doesn't look like everybody got the memo. People are still buying up to 31 gold 25. Whoops. Quick. Sell them now. Sell them now. Ooh. My cookie went click. My cookie went click. $6.5 M's. Not soon, is it? That'll do.
There remains much to be done. Always happy to help.
Your warband has previously completed this quest. It's all good. Right, 31 minutes. Are we suspecting we'll have the same issue again here now? I reckon we are, aren't we? We're probably going to be in the same position. Is the Lich King up like right now? Wow, okay. Less dots! That's alright, more dots. What gear's this dude got? 233 speed gear? Let's not stand in the file. Whoops, nearly died. No, just some random ass cipher gear reduces fall damage. Zereth Mortis gear. I really like Zereth Mortis, by the way. It's going to go down in history as one of my more preferred zones. Odd, but true. What are Korthite crystals for? Korthite crystals were one of the crafting components for legendaries back in Shadowlands. They had historically very high vendor value each, of like 30 odd gold or something. Now that didn't matter when they were first implemented because people were paying a lot more for them. Up to a few thousand gold each, but became problematic at the end of the expansion. And everybody tried to dump them on the auction house and it cost them thousands of gold just to list them and nobody wanted them. It was a bit of a whoops.
Only by working together can we succeed. Not
Oh, we're gonna box one of you. What do we get here? Ranged weapon. Well, it's a nice weapon for when we ding 70 at least. To the focusing iris. Abandon that shit. Why is this gone all broken? My add-ons. Whoa! Okay, my add-ons are clearly doing something odd.
I remember this one.
$61. How do I... Oh, the Enlighten. Stop showing us 60. Oh, we don't need that.
It seems Azeroth has no need for historical records.
What did you think about Corthia? Really liked the routine and the checklist and the race to get rank 4 renown for crafters, but I seem to be in the 0.1% every time I ask. I didn't object to Corthia particularly. I too thought that from a crafter's perspective, it was different. And on the back of that, I didn't particularly mind it. It was it would have probably done better if it didn't turn up straight after we just hated them more for 6 months. That would have definitely helped the public perception of it, I suspect. People were so burnt out from flipping running around the moor for 6 months that by the time Corthia turned up and we were like, oh yeah, now you're just gonna go next door. At least you can mount though. Yay. They didn't really do themselves many favours in that regard, but Corthia also ended up being a lot smaller than I expected it to be. I remember beta testing Corthia. And I remember quite vividly seeing it for the first time going, oh, this is cool. And they kind of said that it's going to be like... We kind of suspected that it was going to be like phased. And then it just never did. Like a phased unlock system. Kind of like Throne of... No, where is it? Throne of Thunder. But that never happened, so... It ended up being quite a lot smaller than most people expected. But just zipping across it, killing rares and stuff, it was an alright zone. Still to this day has some of the most valuable transmog in the game attached to it. So I'm sure if you're an avid gold farmer, you're well aware of the potential of Corthia. If you're not, do your research. And blame Catchup.
another will take my place. Your world is doomed.
No, you know. Oh, I got nuked. Can hunters have their dynamic pet ability back, please? I really liked having one button for both mend pet and revive pet. If hunters can have that back, please, I would much appreciate. Unless we have and I just haven't figured out what I need to do to make it happen. Now you can probably do it with macros and shit, but It used to just work. You used to just drag your pet ability to your bar and it just worked. Because I'm now not men petting ever because the button's gone. Another memory of Northrend, don't mind if I do. Secret to enjoying Shadowlands was being an engineer and ignoring the moor completely. Yeah, druids. Yeah, druids also had the luxury of just like completely ignoring half the mechanics.
These echoes must be contained.
As if druids needed more luxuries. Oh, now I don't have a call pet button. Where have you gone? Oh, are you dead again? What's going on? Oh, Worgans as well, yeah. They were too busy skinning. They were too busy farming heavy callous hide. Oh, heavy callous hide. What an expansion. What an expansion. And I don't say that strictly in good terms. What an expansion. It's always interesting to look and think back to how are we going to perceive the expansions once they're no longer current. And I've said this throughout all of Dragonflight. Dragonflight has been the safest expansion I think they have ever done. They have done absolutely nothing to rock the boat in Dragonflight. They have basically said... Hang on, what's going on here? Back to the same one again. They have basically done absolutely nothing that has any risk to it whatsoever. They've not pushed the boat out, they've just played it safe. And I wonder if, in hindsight, that will be remembered fondly, or whether whether it will just merge into obscurity. I think what we will take from Dragonflight is that it was the start of another change. That's one thing that I definitely think is safe to say. Such as Wrath of the Lich King was arguably the start of the first major change. From like old WoW into more modern WoW. But I think we've now seen, you know, Dragonflight is kind of the start of WoW 3.0 in a way. I think. And the War Within is then going to build on that foundation. So it might be looked back on, Dragonflight might be looked back on as the expansion that kind of, you know, re-modernized modern WoW. In the grand scale of things. Or I could be chatting rubbish, who knows. Lumber collection. I've not done this one. Lumber collection any good, or is there a reason it's still on the map and nobody seems to be doing it?
It seems Azeroth has no need for historical record.
Go get wood. Get wood. Wood got. What do we? Where do we deposit wood? Put wood in wood pile. I hope the War Within has decent patches. After playing some beta, I don't know how interesting the War Within will be after the first season. Well, you know, they're clearly not moving too far from their tried and tested method here, though, are they? Like, you know, we're getting a new expansion launch with 4 new zones, 4 new factions. This is a template that they have used now many times. So I would suspect we will get bonus, at least 2, if not 3 bonus extra zones. We'll have a little bit of a poke around in, of which we have not seen anything of just yet, so. For me though, this is kind of the risk of playing the beta, and it's why I'm kind of quite happy that I've taken a week to 10 days completely away from the beta, and away from WoW as a whole. But it means I don't accidentally burn out on the game before it even goes live. That said, my next couple of weeks are going to be super beta heavy, as we now start to like wrap things up and get to a nearly final form, or what should be considered a final form. Every day I log on in the morning to Discord and I like have a play catch up with what people have been chatting about in the War Within beta channel, and I'm like, oh, so they've changed this then, have they? Literally every day. This is hence why I'm so glad I've gone the route of like a written guide predominantly this time, which will be supplemented with video guides, rather than in Dragonflight, where I tried to go predominantly video guides supplemented with a very basic like spreadsheet. Well, it wasn't actually a very basic spreadsheet in the end, but got a little bit carried away with it. My Dragonflight cheat sheet's broken though, and I haven't had the time or the desire to fix it this late in the expansion. It might just be dead now. I'm not sure. The TSM API doesn't seem to function the way I want it or expect it to. Which integrating it into the sheet has proved problematic. This is why I've also not done a War Within cheat sheet so far. I also know TSM are making some pretty sizable changes behind the scenes. Some which are public, some which are not, so I'm going to be careful about what I talk about right now. So maybe it's worth waiting. I don't have a pet. Just hope the story slaps. I can't do another Dragonflight. Played all of the seasons and really dragged season 3 and 4. I was quite public about the fact that I didn't really like. I wasn't a fan of patch 10.2. I was rather disappointed that the Emerald Dream, with it being such a thematic zone in like WoW history, I think they really underutilized it, and having it be just a end of expansion zone didn't really do it justice. I also wasn't particularly a fan of the fact that it was absolutely fundamentally, from a systems perspective, a copy paste of 10.1, which frustrated me. Not because the Zaralek Cavern wasn't an acceptable piece of content, but to have the same acceptable piece of content copy-pasted only a few months later was a bit of a frustration. You know, sure, they painted it green, but fundamentally it was exactly the same. Oh, here's an event that happens every 30 minutes that you must go and do. Here's a bunch of rares to kill that are on a fixed timer, and that, you know, it was just an absolute fundamental copy paste. That was the issue. And I saw this more than others because I tested it from the word go. But the fact that they literally, like, there was accidental references to the Zaralek Cavern all over the place. So they literally just dragged and selected the entire 10.1 patch, copy, paste, rename a few things, paint it green. I know reusing assets is a big thing in game development, but at least they could have disguised it a little bit more. And I was frustrated the fact that the event system, the gameplay loop in 10.2 was, in my opinion, better when it was on the beta, sorry, the PTR, than it was when it had its final form. I can't remember the exact details right now, but there was some... It was more grindable at your own pace than what 10.2 ended up being, which was very time-gated. Where's me cookie? Where's me cookie? Oh, I've lost my cookie. Druids had probably a better time. Yeah, that's true. The Emerald Dream was probably more better for Druids. You had the appearances and stuff you could pick up, which was definitely nice, specific to Druids. But if you weren't maining a Druid, or you didn't have a Druid ult that you cared about too much on, it was a bit of a shame. But yeah, it was... yeah, we'll see. I liked the mini activities in Season 1 and 2. Vaults, the Nif and Dig thing, but the Emerald Dream was dull as hell. It was too formulated. It was too spreadsheeterized. It was too... 10.2 was very, very, very carefully calculated as a engagement system. It was very carefully calculated that they want players to spend X amount of time doing this, and they balanced the amount of currency you got by doing those things very carefully. They clearly knew that the content in 10.2 wouldn't naturally drive people to play it for very long, so they had to artificially inflate the playtime. Which is partly the reason why I state that the early version of the Emerald Dream on the PTR played out much better. It separated the different things. So you had the Super Bloom, you then had the I can't remember what they called it. There was the Super Bloom, and then there was the Emerald Frenzy. They separated them out a lot more on the PTR version of 10.2, so that you'd have different reasons to do each part of the mini system, and if you didn't no longer need to do that part of the system, you could skip it, or you could focus on doing, or you could spend more time farming one aspect of the event. You know, it was a lot more deterministic to your playstyle, whereas the way it ended up, you just did everything again in a lap. You did it until it was done, and it was yeah. As I said, it felt to me, I haven't described it very well because I honestly can't really remember, but like it was significantly better on the PTR than it was when it went live. In my opinion. You know, the usual disclaimers. 10 mil gold going to be enough to set up 2 professions? Oh, easy. All day. All day. Gold isn't your bottleneck. Gold will be people who are not looking to play with professions but are looking to buy crafted gear. Crafted gear is going to have the potential of being quite expensive, more so than I think we're normally used to at the beginning of the War Within. I know we had 100k enchants at the beginning of Dragonflight and like 30k diamond cuts and the likes. So Dragonflight was, you know, not the cheapest of expansion launches, but I have a sneaky suspicion it won't, you know, 100k enchant won't be the outlier. like it was in Dragonflight. It will be that everything is like 30, 40k a piece. Like the average price of everything, I think, is going to rise quite substantially at the beginning of the War Within. If the economy plays out the way I suspect it might. And this is drawn upon the fact that gold, you can't throw more gold at something to get an advantage so much. You can't, even if you power your way forward, you're not necessarily so likely to be able to use more of your gold to gain more of an advantage. Most players, put it this way, are going to be hard capped by the amount of concentration they have. And it will be that careful consideration of where they spend their concentration to make the most of it. That's the gameplay loop for what be most players. Sweaty goblins who are going to do the absolute best they possibly can, min-max the crap out of everything, are going to strive to get to the point where concentration doesn't matter to them anymore. That's like their #1 goal. Everybody will get there, and then the meta will switch to using your concentration in the optimal way again. But until everybody gets there, the race is to get to the point where you don't need your concentration. That's your #1 goal as a crafter. But that's much easier said than done in the first 4 to 6 weeks of the expansion. It requires some pretty careful planning. I kind of when we get back into beta land, I'm pretty tempted to simulate what it might look like to be that disgusting, degenerate, sweaty goblin. Simulate, 1, how long it might take you to do it in the first place. 2, roughly what sort of quantity of materials is it going to consume to do it. 3, what sort of price would we start to expect this adventure to cost you. And then 4, how lucrative is it to do it, right? Over a slightly less degenerate playstyle.
Azeroth is trying to tell us with these echoes.
Because if you can do sweaty, degenerate things, and if you can say, for example, spend 1 million gold very quickly in the first few days and buy yourself an advantage over others that might last a week, but during that period allow you to mass produce quality 3 before everybody else can, that 1 million gold investment might very quickly look like chump change compared to what you might make out of it. But if you're slow and you don't plan ahead for this, and you maybe only get a couple of days advantage out of it, it might cost you a little bit less to do it, but your opportunity to take full advantage of it might be less. It's probably hard to understand what the hell I'm even going on about right now, unless you've kind of looked into this a little bit yourself already, but get Defile out of the way. Assume that was a Defile splodge. Outdoor content just felt like a chore to get reputation for some time now. That's unfortunately unlikely to not be changing. Luckily, I really only have strong desires to get to about Renown 12 to 14. Much past that is a nice to have, but not something I'm going to hour zug for. Players are going to want to get their Renown, like, tippity top though, because it's another one of those scenarios. Once it's done, it's done. If you can get your Renown grind, because it's Warbound wide, because it's account wide now, you can get your rep grind done nice and early. You don't have to think about it again. And this is what some players will choose to use their first, week or two of the expansion to do. They'll be like, right, We've got bang, nothing else to do. Let's lore master the shit out of the place. Let's grind rares every day. Let's get that rep grind done before Season 1 launches. And they'll just, you know, start of expansion, degen, rep grind, I suspect. It's weird how little I have seen spoken about it, to be truthful. Now, I don't lurk in circles that would probably be too bothered about this, but I am quite sure it should be being thought about by some people at this point. If anybody has stumbled across any Discord conversations or resources out there or anything that's cataloging and calculating rep stuff, I'd be very much interested in at least having a look. My suspicion is it's just going to be a daily rare fiasco, because rares do seem to give rep repeatedly, well, not repeatedly, they're like once per day. Still waiting to see discussions about cash. Well, and that seems to be mostly a crafter thing, which it kind of leads me into the conclusion that it should really be me that starts that discussion, or you know, as somebody such as myself. As currencies go, it seems to predominantly affect crafters because it's the ticket to a lot of your knowledge points, it's a ticket to a lot of your recipes. I fundamentally, even though I've probably spent 400 hours on the beta in total, I have probably spent the least time in the last zone by a country mile, because for weeks on the beta it just didn't flipping work for me. I don't know whether it was my account, whether it was my characters, I don't know what it was. The last zone just fundamentally didn't work. It was bugged and glitched and I couldn't move properly and I was fly hacking and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Which basically meant the zone was borderline unplayable for me for I need to do a full playthrough of the final zone just to kind of get a better idea. And that will probably expose some of the cache information people are looking for. I'm gonna die there, aren't I? I'm dead here now, aren't I? Whoops. What exactly do you need the rep for? It's not vitally important. But there is a crafting token at the end of every renown path, which is why your heroic crafted token, meaning your end game players are likely to want to get their hands on it. Renown 12 to 14 is where crafters unlock their knowledge books. So that's the goblin route, goblin reason. Is there anybody else around here? I wasn't having great success with this by myself. Oh wait, hang on, the zone's about to switch again. Oh, screw this. Let's go back to Dalaran. Oh, have I actually picked up some gear upgrades here? Wink. Wink. BTW Quest add-on has all the chains listed with their rewards. Is BTW Quests... it's good to know that whoever devs that add-on is working strong.
See you.
Do you say everybody wants to ignore concentration because at the beginning demand is so high, it doesn't matter how big the price is, people will buy it? When the demand goes down, profit is in how cheap you can make the product. Yeah, your early expansion is, you know, you don't have to be worrying too much about accidentally selling things for less than you craft them for the most part. Concentration is going to be such a hamstring for so many players until they can get enough skill in their professions to either drastically reduce the amount of concentration that's needed, or best case scenario, completely supersede the need for concentration at all. That's the It's difficult, right? Because players, you can either look at the war within from a very short term, sort of like the first 6 to 8 weeks, or you can look at it from a longer perspective of what's going to happen in for like 6 months sort of thing. And actually, your playstyle kind of different. Your early playstyle is going to be understanding that concentration is going to be the limiting factor to any... If you, in the first couple of weeks, if you see something that's quality 3, it's probably had concentration spent on it to make it, which means it is incredibly limited in its supply. I think there are going to be some ludicrously sweaty goblin activities going on the auction house, with just how much markets can be manipulated off the back of the fact that everybody knows that, well, there is only a finite amount of these. If I buy them all and double the price, what the fuck is anybody going to do, you know? There's the inherent problem with that is that any sales are likely to not necessarily be legitimate sales. So it's going to be a little bit hard to judge what the actual natural demand is. Like, natural demand is when somebody buys something because they need it, not because they're trying to resell it. Anybody reselling, anybody flipping stuff is just, it paints the wrong picture to other people. You gotta kind of be a little bit careful on that. Like the first week or so, for example, before Season 1 launches, you've got to remember that there's a handful of items that just don't matter until the season launches. Interestingly, Gems and Jewel Crafters is going to have a bit of an interesting time pre-Season 1, because the reality is that
Let's make
the
sweet
Blasphemite
profit
market
together.
doesn't matter. Just straight up doesn't matter, simply because Blasphemites don't go into doing anything before the season starts. They predominantly go into making the Jeweler's settings. I can't remember the exact name, but the Jeweler's settings is where you use your Blasphemites. Now, the recipe for that is a raid drop, so not a single Jewel Crafter in the world will have any use for Blasphemites outside of meta gems. But if you can't put a socket on a piece of gear, do you need the meta gem? It kind of depends a little bit how many, if any, gem sockets are going to appear on gear prior to Season 1. There might be absolutely zero need for any gems at all before the season even starts. The Jewel Crafters are going to be like, we can do a lot of stuff, but we've got nothing to do with it right now. Maybe a handful of gem sales to go in rings or something, but this is all just fresh knowledge off the dome. I can't back this up with any actual fact yet, but So does that mean that we'll see a similar scenario as we saw in Dragonflight, for example, where a lot of the jewel crafting intermediates, like the rare gems, for example, they won't really have anywhere to go until the season starts. So you'll sell a handful of them to other people who are leveling up their jewel crafters potentially, but it's going to be, there's a few scenarios like that where you'll sell a few things, but it'll be difficult to judge just how many of them people are going to need and what their eventual price may end up being. A Gay Toxin, thank you very much for the prime. Appreciate it. Good morning. Oh, I'm slow on responding to these because I'm trying to figure out where I'm flying and what I'm pew-pewing. Anything that needs concentration for max rank will have a finite supply. Yeah, this is where some sort of last-minute testing is going to be important. Now, obviously, I've broken down the professions in so much detail so far. I have a really good idea of roughly how many knowledge points we'll be getting in the first week or so. And so I can use those rough numbers to simulate what progress a player might be able to make with their profession, and that will give us an indication of are people well, the big question here is, are people going to be able to are people even going to be able to get to the point where they can guarantee things at quality 3 within the first couple of weeks? What sort of time frame do we expect before we will see a flood of quality 3s hit the auction house? Soon as people have the ability to make something at quality 2, concentration will allow for some quality 3s to exist. But it won't be until somebody gets the ability to guarantee quality 3 crafts that the floodgates will open. Then we'll really start to see an indication of what the prices might end up being. That if people can guarantee quality 3 in like literally week 1, then we've got, you know, we've got time. We've got time till the season starts before for the prices to sort of, you know, settle and stabilize a little bit before the actual demand kicks in. Let some you know, let some product sort of build up, let the shelves get stacked, so to say, before some incredibly deep-pocketed goblin swoops in and just buys it all out and resets it to triple the price.
No wonder she remembers you.
Which is definitely going to happen, by the way. Market resets are going to be wild, because there'll be very little anybody can do about fixing any of them. Can't wait for it. Dithenus with the prime as well. Thank you very much. Do appreciate. Hope you're doing well. First week, engineering, tool crafting. How much of a fee for a quality 4 and a quality 5? 20, 30k. Seems like this tool will be a rare bird for a bit. Don't forget that people ain't going to care that much about the quality of the tools. Probably not to pay much of a premium. Where you'll find the opportunity in tool crafting is in if you are willing to use your artisan's acuity to build it. There will be crafters out there that will pay handsomely if you are willing to use your artisan's acuity to make it. That's where you could probably start to see some value. Quality 4, 5 profession tools, that sort of stuff, is unlikely to make anywhere near as much of a difference. Crafters are going to just want to get their hands on it, because having it is more important than not having it. Once you've got it, you can figure out about getting it at higher quality, but it's the flat skill that you are after fundamentally on your crafting tools. The quality of them and the extra bonus secondary stats that comes along with it is a nice to have, but not a necessity at that point. For example, I would pay very handsomely even for a quality 1 profession tool if somebody was willing to craft it using their artisan security rather than mine. If I have to cough up 300 artisan security, I'm barely paying anything for them. But if somebody's willing to use theirs, I will pay quite handsomely for that. I mean, it's a work order situation. Your prerogative is to get as much for it as you possibly can. Like, start with a, you know, you want to get as much as you can. They want to get it for as cheap as they can. You want to get it for as much as you can. Now, you're the one with the button. So, you have the control. Not only are you the one with the button, but you're also the one with the concentration. So if somebody's requesting you make it at a quality that requires you to use concentration, the ball's in your court to set the price. The worst thing that can happen is they say no, and then you go, alright then, well I'll take my concentration to the next person who wants it. Can I get some heals from somewhere? How do we get some heals? Whoa, shit, the bed. That probably wasn't what I expected to happen. But I would also point out that I have a very, very strong real-life history in sales. And so a lot of this comes a lot more naturally to me than it does to others. And also, hence why I don't particularly like work orders. Because it's far too much like playing customer service for my liking. I'd rather just not deal that. I'd rather set my price on the auction house and compete with other people selling it that way, rather than dance the invisible dance that is trying to figure out what people will pay and what people won't pay. What the hell is killing me? I don't know what's killing me, but there's nothing I seem to be able to do about it. You'll be able to make rank 5 green tools week 1. You should make a mint, like in Dragonflight. There'll always be people that will buy the higher quality profession tools just because, right? Just because. Green tools, like, people who know what they're doing, will understand that the quality of those profession tools matters very little. That having it is more important than literally anything else. You cannot possibly guarantee quality. You can't guarantee quality 3 crafts without having a full set of rare profession tools. It's not possible. The maths doesn't allow for it to happen. So having it is significantly more important than having it at a good quality. So crafters who understand and crafters know this probably won't be willing to pay a premium, but people do dumb stuff all the time, right? People will drop 100k on a green quality 5 profession tool on day 1 just because, you know, because they can. One of the nice things about goal making is you will always be surprised with what people will pay for seemingly dumb stuff. So you can ignore logic when it comes to this sort of stuff a lot of the time. You can make it and nobody else can. Pick a big number and then double it. You'll be surprised what people will pay. Remember, as the crafter, it's your job to make as much as you possibly can. And it's the buyer's job to try and get it for as cheap as they possibly can. Where you meet in the middle is where both people are happy. Ooh, shit. I'm gonna die. Hey, this Ragnaros boss is cool, though. I like this fella. He ain't got his little legs, though. Where's his little legs at? This Ragnaros didn't skip leg day. Chanting Rod takes 550 acuity. Wait, hang on. Have they? Wait, hang on. What? Have they done a balance pass on the acuity costs of the profession tools? Like I said, I've not been on the beta for like 2 weeks now. Oh, 150 for the pattern and then 400 for the epic. Right? Oh, yeah, I know the epic one was 400. Yeah. Oh, okay, that makes more sense then. Doesn't cost you any artisan security if you can find somebody out there that will make it for you. This is the thing, right? It doesn't cost you a bean if you pay somebody enough. Not saying that crafting's entirely pay to win, but can still use some gold to your advantage if you want to. In terms of time saving. Oh, this is not a good time to be pressing pet. You got to buy the pattern on the same tune that crafts it, so it's effectively 550. Work order it. Somebody else to do the hard work for you. Yeah, that is, if you are looking at having like alts, for example, if you're going to have an alt that's specifically focused, their goal in life, if that alt's goal in life is to unlock and craft a tool for like your main character, say, then yeah, you are going to have to do a lot of the legwork of getting the artisan security yourself.
Azeroth's memories.
I didn't like this flipping Hogger one. Kept killing me. I'll give this one a hard pass. What about this one?
I wonder what Azeroth is trying to tell us.
That set, nobody's here. Is it such that people just rotate these few ones over and over again? I kill Hogger without getting my ass handed to me. There's no way there's going to be a rando out there that buys it week 1 and has 400 spare. You'd be surprised. There are some people that are going to do exactly that. They're going to level alts with the entire goal of just basically selling that profession and that time to somebody else for a price. And I shit you not, there'll be people who'll pay it. It was a dot from the Serpent Man. Is that what it was? Something was slapping me about. This though is why I have. It's still in its early days right now, but this is why I have put together and will plan on expanding and building out a bit of a crafters guild for the War Within. Now guilds across realm. You can throw all your crafters in the guild and we can make shit for each other wherever's necessary. There's some people that want to put their feeding characters into the guild. I'm going to set, one of the rules of the guild is that I'm going to set required prices for crafting. This way everybody gets paid for pressing the button. One of my biggest pet peeves about work orders is how so very quickly people were like, I will craft for free for tips. No, there ain't going to be any of that business. If you're crafting something for something else, you're being tipped to do it. And if you want to get it cheaper from elsewhere, you can do it from outside the guild. Within the guild, there's going to be a fixed price list. This way, anybody that does crafting for anybody, you know, it's in theory fairer for everybody involved. especially when people are using concentration early on. I want to make sure people are actually adequately paid for their services. If we're a guild full of crafters, there's no shot that us don't have the gold to be able to, like, you know, pay that small premium to have it done quickly by somebody that you can more likely trust. Or even if you are just looking for a piece of gear crafted, you can join the guild, check the price list, put in your order, somebody will make it, and then you can peace out double time, you know. Sure, there'll be some people that will try and do shady behind the scenes closed deals and stuff. I can't stop any of that business, but I'd like to at least put forward something. Which realm do I play on mainly? Well, Draenor mainly. Draenor mainly. EU as well, I should point out. But that's not going to matter too much since guilds are cross realm now. If Team NA could play with Team EU though, that would make me a happy man. Come on, Hogger! There we go. It's dead. Nice. 67? This is not bad, you know. Certainly not crunching through this at record pace, but not bad. I'll take it. Pricing concentration is going to be difficult to calculate. This is why I'm just going to have a this is why for guild orders I'm just going to have a price list, and everybody can either accept the price list or find their crafts elsewhere. I don't know what the prices are going to be. My rough napkin maths on this. Is that I would have, say, like a basic bit of gear. Well, profession tools, something around 10k. 10k minimum tip. 10k minimum tip for profession gear. A piece of spark gear, 20k. This should mean that people will quite comfortably and willingly use their concentration, and it keeps the whole process as simple as possible. And obviously your prerogative as a crafter is to get to the point where you use as little of it as possible, and if you get to the point where you can start guaranteeing stuff, you can start filling more orders, and it starts to become nicely profitable for you, is the theory. I don't know how this is going to work out, honestly. I'm kind of like, but we've only just got cross-realm guilds, so if nothing else, it would be really fun to have probably what could be classified as the richest guild in the game. That would be fun, wouldn't it? We get some, you know, because I'm sure there's a bunch of us out there with outrageous pennies to our name. I mean, we get Catchup in the guild, we're good, right? We're good. He's giving Magicus a run for his money these days. Oh, I've just noticed. Recon Bravo. ATT. Mr. ATT Collector. Yeah, sorry. I slipped my brain. I'm still playing catch-up. Welcome in. I bet you're enjoying the fruits of easier transmog farming now, surely. For the reference of chat, like, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think Recon Bravo has 90% plus ATT account-wide collection, which is ludicrous. It's not even top 10 anymore, the slacker? Oh, that's just mean. That was me trying to give him a compliment. 4 AM in the morning, though. Team NA, yeah, represent.
Ragnaros threatened to swallow Azeroth in flame. No wonder she remembers him.
I've not spent a single talent point, actually. That when we're out of combat. Transmog changes did nothing for me. I've already collected everything previous. 95.58%. Wow, there we go. Big numbers. Big numbers.
Hello there.
Slipped your brain? I know who you are. I know who you are. Right, this dude doesn't seem to want to die very fast, does he? He keeps killing my pet. Right, there's only one solution. Turn Taunt off. Ow! Stitches! Piss off. Right, this dude ain't going anywhere fast. I'm gonna grab a drink. Back in a sec. It's a Stitch is still not dead. Oh god. How many of these players are like level 10? In fact, if they were level 10, the scaling would be in their favour. It's everybody that's 60 plus that's pulling down the numbers here, isn't it? Painfully slow kill time. Shugun from Data for Azeroth has posted that Blizzard have added a Transmog API. What advantages is that going to bring over what we already have, though? Some of these tracking websites are now so incredibly sophisticated. I would have assumed there was already some sort of API. Short version, I would assume actual transmog tracking. So how do these, how does Data for Azeroth, how does all of these other places actually track stuff? Does it, has it previously gone via, is there a collections API instead maybe, and it pulls it from there? Maybe a transmog API is more granular. I don't know. I'm not smart enough at these things. I abuse the auction house, so I don't understand transmog from any other perspective than can I sell it, can I make gold from it?
Ragnaros threatened to swallow Azeroth in flame. No wonder she...
I'm definitely noticing that the first 15 minutes, up until the first boss kill, the events are pumping busy, busy, speedy, speedy. But after the first boss gets killed, like, an awful lot of people are just like, right, I'm going to take half an hour off. I feel. And it's left in the hands of the, like, 60 to 70 levelers who are massively undergeared and massively scaling badly. Try and kill shit. And that it doesn't, and that the second half of the hour is tragically slow compared to the first. Now, of course, I haven't tried hopping in raids or anything to alleviate this problem, but if I'm going to do this on a handful of characters over the next few days, we might need to figure out a slightly better way of keeping the numbers churning. Oh, there's no experience in the... Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, there wouldn't be. just fly to the events and go play beta. Beta requires 100% of my focus. If I'm testing something, I need to be actively thinking about what I'm doing. This is why testing is so slow and laborious, especially when I do it on stream. I'm trying super difficult to do two things at once at the first instance. Every item has its associated item ID given to it, categorized through a directory. The API allocates that for sites like Data for Azeroth to track in an efficient manner. Granted, not a programmer. Can't explain it better. It's close enough. Does it for me. Impossibly rare boar liver of pristine perfection. Is that what I'm after? Oh, ding 69. Check me. Green Hills zone about. Oh, there's other people here, which is a good start. Oh, this is the pages business. Dan's on a 40-man raid doing the event for leveling now. Join a group that doesn't do bosses. Oh, like spams the mob ones instead. I don't know, I'll figure this out. We'll get a little bit more practice and a little bit more experience under our belt. Today was a little bit of a feeler for the event. More so than anything to decide whether I actually want to use the event to level a bunch of alts. And how important it is to me to get those 60s up to 70 when I've already got a lot of 70s, more 70s than I probably need. Or do I switch and turn my attention more onto beta, which is probably the smart move, especially since I've had 2 weeks off beta and I'm probably got my work cut out for me already. When can we expect the longer videos? When I'm confident that they've finished pissing around with all the professions. It might be a mad crunch. It might be a mad crunch at the end. What I'm trying desperately not to do with videos is make them too early and then have to turn around and go, oh yeah, 2 days later this changed and this changed and this changed. Which is why some people were expecting more from my first look videos. And wanted me to have gone into more detail with them. That was probably one of the most frequent little bits of feedback I got on my first looks. That people wanted more. And I get it, people wanted more, and I could have done more in them. But the point was, is I knew that everything that was in them was very much likely to change before the game goes live anyway. But what's the point of me documenting something that's, you know, most likely will never see the light of day? I've made this exact mistake before, which is why I'm more cautious about doing it this time. I've made the exact mistake. If I go into too much detail too early on, that's what sticks in people's minds, right? And then by the time we get to the expansion, people are like, oh, well, you said this, you said it was going to work like this, and now it doesn't. I'm like, well, yeah, because shit changes. So this time round, I'm almost deliberately leaving it last minute for both the leveling guides and the deep dives. They will come as late as humanly possible, but with enough time for me to cover all of them. So yeah, the week before the game goes live, you're probably not going to see me streaming all that much that week, as I will be frantically doing video stuff. But soon, we're already on the 6th. There's like when does early access start? 22nd. So we're already like 2 weeks away. We got flipping Panda Purgatory on the 19th to deal with. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of a heads up of what's going to happen before it happens in regards to that. I do wonder why Blizzard being so coy, actually, about telling us. Quite possibly because they don't even know themselves, but I would have thought by this point they'd have at least said something about what's going to happen with all of these remix characters that everybody's been making. There's part of me that wonders if they're trying to not tell people so that people don't plan and prepare around whatever it is they're going to do. You see, my theory here is that they'll either turn up as like 424 level 70 characters, and that will piss people right off. It'll piss people right off because people will be like, oh, I would have liked to have used the pre-patch to get these guys geared up, and you've given me 3 days, and now I don't have time. Which makes me kind of think that they might just make a new version of a level 70 character boost that just gives you a set of 480 gear. But then that will piss off everybody that's like, oh, I've spent weeks, I've spent ages grinding out this pre-patch and remix tunes get it all for free. So I think Blizzard are stuck between a rock and a hard place here. I think they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. So I don't know what their solution will be, but either way, we've got that to deal with on the 19th and shortly after. Get that brew to the tower, okay. Oh, I don't like this slippy business. It's hella annoying. Peace out of this one. Not a fan. Time is it? 38 minutes past. There's definitely time for another boss kill. Definitely room for another boss kill. Just need to get this last 28% to go away. That's what you get for being secretive. Well, that's also true. If they just came out and told people what the hell's going to happen with these characters, people could make their mind up themselves, right? But it's one of those. They're not going to turn around and say, oh yeah, by the way, your remix characters are going to have 480 gear. And then everybody's like, drop free patch. Fuck that business. I'm going to get a bunch of free level 480 characters anyway. Screw this. Screw farming this event for the next 2 weeks. This is where they have to be careful. They'll shoot themselves in the foot. Blizzard's already on thin ice with their decisions for pre-patch. Well, good thing they, 180'd it super quick time. Didn't take an entire week to update it and revise it. It's equally fair to say that it's kind of questionable that with how fast they were able to completely change the pre-patch event, it is also quite questionable to ask why did it go live in the broken format anyway? Surely? I don't know. Oh, we're going to ding 70 before we even get the second boss by the looks of things. Clever. Oh, I think we just did ding 70. Heard it in the background. Please ignore my cookies.
Is that your wallet? Or are you just glad to see me?
Yo, who's filling my cookie wallet with cookies? Wadu with a prime. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good morning, good morning. Or is it good after? It's definitely good afternoon. Right, how do we get out of here? Wasn't it planned from the get-go and they just rushed the schedule? Well, no, because they had it planned so that it was going to be like a 90 minutes, then 60 minutes later on down the line, and then finally 30 minutes reset. You know, they planned it to be like speeding up over time. Now they've just flicked the switch and just made it infinitely farmable. Like straight away. Which was never in their initial plans by my understanding. Oh, 493, that is quite a sizable upgrade. We'll have some of that. 450 upgrade, go on. Okay, well at least we got a few pieces of gear, so he's not totally terrible. How much currency did we get on this dude? Another 13k. I seem to be getting about 13k per character. Didn't somebody say there was a pet in each zone? Who's the dude? Oh, it's probably going to be you, isn't it?
I live to serve.
Buy the pet. Remembered Riverpaw. Boom. That'll do.
Our fate is in your hands.
Where'd it go? Oh, I got 19 Northrend ones. Oh, I've got some in the warband already. That's what we need to remember to do before we turn this character off. Drop off our goodies. Have some of you. Have some of you. That'll do. Right, where's this fella's Hearthstone? Lights Hope Chapel? Oh dear, that's not what I expected. How do we get back to... Oh, this dude's never stepped foot on the Dragon Isles. Maybe let's just get him back to Orgrimmar then. Portal to Orgrimmar around here somewhere? This dude Alliance or Horde? Goblin, Horde. RQ in Orgrimmar. Job's a good one. Nice. Nice, 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 nice.
I believe it's a warning, but we're unsure of its
Oh,
meaning.
what's going on? Will I include the amount of knowledge points available in the first week to each profession in your walked-in goblin guide? It's already mostly there. It's already there. The amounts are already in there. There's no exact numbers. There's no exact numbers of knowledge points per week because it's going to depend on how successful you are with patron orders, which is going to depend on many levels of RNG. But there are guaranteed there is a smaller but guaranteed amount of knowledge points you can get per week. All of that's documented in the guide already. Patron orders need help. Hot garbage right now. Yeah, I don't know what to do about those. I think I said my piece on them. I think I shared my feedback where my feedback is welcome. I am not convinced. I am not convinced that patron orders are doing really much of anything. I think it's a big distraction. I think it's very undercooked. It's raw chicken right now still. It's pink in the middle. They could most definitely do with something else. I also feel like our problem with patron orders on the beta is that we can't properly test them because we don't know how or when the catch-up system is meant to be kicking in. How aggressive is it when it does kick in? There are those glimmers and flickers. Chicken tartar, yeah, pretty much. There's glimmers and flickers that give 1 and 2 knowledge points. Now, is the catch-up system going to be aggressive and start to give you a quantity of those each time? Is the number of knowledge points, the glimmers and flickers, going to be increasing? Which I doubt it. They'll just increase the quantity of them that they give you. If it's 1 or 2 knowledge points for every patron order, then if you need to catch up 200 knowledge points in like 6 weeks' time to be in a position to be able to play with professions competitive against somebody else, you can't expect people to just, on a whim, make and fulfill 200 patron orders. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. I haven't seen anything that says this is a sufficient catch-up system. We are kind of just having to trust Blizzard that it's a thing, which always worries me because it makes me worry it's lip service. It makes me worried that it's lip service in terms of the fact that they're saying, oh yeah, there's a catch-up. You know, one of the biggest complaints was that there was no catch-up system whatsoever for knowledge in Dragonflight. Even though technically Dragon Shards did exist, you could directly invest time farming Dragon Shards to catch up, which was arguably probably a similar amount of time as people spent gaining those knowledge points in the first place. But irrespective of that, one of the biggest complaints being there's no catch-up system, and they've just gone, oh yeah, patron orders, there's your catch-up system. And I'm like, well, I can't see it. Like, you're telling me it's there, but don't tell me, show me. And I've not been able to see it in enough detail to, like, really trust it. So, yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Played for a while with an ult these days, no shards at all. While there were definitely some activities that were more shard worthy than others, but I still do kind of believe that even that there's a hidden. This was never confirmed, but I do still believe there was some sort of internal hidden cap, weekly cap to how much shards you could get. But you know, much like hidden skill value. It was never documented anywhere in the game, not referenced anywhere. It was buried deep in some code somewhere that you could get 5 shards a week. You know, you could get 5 shards a week, a 0.1% drop chance from killing a rare or something. We never found it, never could confirm it. I have a bunch of lower level characters now. The question is which one, if any, do I want to level up? I'm tempted to try an even lower level character, see how the event feels on like a level 50 or something. Do I have any characters that I actually care about? I've got level 50s, you know, from back in flipping Shadowlands. I'm not even sure. Not even sure. Is that like the first character that I genuinely care to get to level 70? These are all... What if we do it with Miss Bob? Miss Bob might be a fun one to try and get up to 70, you know, just purely because affliction, just dot, don't die. Be fun. Should we give Miss Bob a go? Or do I just make more level 60s and level those? Questions.
Is that your wallet?
Tried on a 20 to 30-ish character.
Both, I
Way
hope.
too hard, damage in the hundreds, but then 200k health point mobs. Is it such that you are entirely reliant on basically being boosted? Is that what we're saying? Cop with the tier 1 for 15. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you. Oh, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. I'm gonna give it a go, you know. I'm gonna see if a level 20 warlock just gets their ass handed to them, or whether we can get a few dots and we can get some levels. Don't try, don't know. Dinged 70 from killing Arthas on the event. He dropped one of the blue cloaks eye level 450. Which I assume is what they think that level 69 scaling should be. Turn off chromie time before you go. Well, that gives us a little bit of an insight to what might happen with these remix tunes, you know. They could get spat out at like 455, 460. You know, they could go in the middle. They could go slap bang in the middle. They could get, you know, drop them in a little bit under 480. But 450 is still more than plenty enough gear to blast your way through the first few levels in the War Within. Turn off chromie time before you go. Okay. I don't know what that means. Let's go and have a look. Okay. Fly. And you off. Radiant Echoes. Where's Chromie and Ogrimmar? Where am I? Okay. Chromie time. I'd like to return to the present timeline. Is this what we're saying? Turning off chromie time. Right, see how this works then, shall we? Thoughts on bugs occurring when remix characters move to retail? Oh, it's it's almost a cast iron guarantee, isn't it, really? I suspect nothing less. What the bugs will be, we'll have to wait. I'm gonna laugh so hard if they don't reset the remix characters' mailboxes when they transition them. I know there's people who have like stocked up way more than they need of the bonus EXP tokens, hoping that they forget to do that, just so that if the early access starts, people can go world first level 80, job done. That could be so funny. Here's to hoping they remember to do that. Sure they will. Have faith. It would be amusing though. So how would you rectify that? How would you fix that? That'd be quite a problem, wouldn't it? It'd be a bit of a whoopsie.
Always happy to help. Be mindful of your duty.
Right. It's actually 5 minutes until the event flips round, so I'm not going to go start doing anything for 5 minutes, because Oh, that's stupid, innit? At level 21, I'm going to need all the assistance I can get from higher level characters. Am I even wearing heirlooms? Not even wearing heirlooms. What the hell was I doing on this character? No clue. Let's get some heirlooms on the go at the very least. Heirlooms. Lock. Haha. I'm unlikely to even have... Right, well, put one of them on. I'm unlikely to even have suitable gear. I don't have properly leveled cloth heirlooms. Well, 59 is better than nothing, right? Shoulders. Pants. Put a staff on. Ring on. Put a ring on it. Some form of trinket. 2 of them on. Fully leveled up neck. I haven't made the ring yet, have I? Another thing I haven't done. Realised. Is that it? Are we fully full? What am I missing? A chest piece. Wait, hang on. Oh, there we go. Robe. That'll do. Not perfect, but we'll take it. Right, 2 minutes until the event kicks in again. I guess with 2 minutes till the new event starts, I'll take a quick 2-minute break. Quick bathroom break, stretch legs, and then we'll see if this little warlock gets absolutely annihilated or not. I'll be back in 2. Okay. 0 seconds. Let's go. Where's the new one? Where's she at? There we go. Go! Oh, what? I can't click a thing. Let me in. Let me in, let me in, let me in. Can I pick up a quest from here? You're not the right quest. Do you have to be higher level to get a quest? Oh, no, hang on. I've just realised I've done the quest, haven't I? The quests are like one time a day, aren't they? Right, let's tag like my life depends on it.
Are ours.
Okay. That was the start.
Are these echoes a message? Or merely a response?
Leveling is so fast at 10% for 1 hour, not making any difference probably. Are we talking about the War Within? I mean, every little helps on your first characters. The leveling doesn't take too long actually in the new expansion. Now, my opinion on this is probably slightly jaded because I've done it a few times. Plus, it does speed up every time you've done it. But even still, it's not too bad, the leveling. Some expansions previously, there's been big complaints about how the leveling feels. I think they've got it right this time. I'm pretty sure the campaign is for the most part going to get you there, which is kind of what most people want, really. People don't really want to be having to do too many extracurricular activities whilst trying to hit max level. And for the most part, I think they've got that roughly right.
It's fascinating how strongly Azeroth remembers these events.
Okay. This is working quite well. We've been level 22 for a minute. Not bad. Not bad. We are getting there. We can keep this pace up.
Here we go again. Quite literally.
Yeah, my 86 damage when it's got 1.3 mils really... It's like tickling the balls. That's about it, isn't it? I'm not really doing much of any significance here. But pressing buttons is better than not pressing buttons, right? Boom. 23. Where's everybody going? I'm following the crowd.
It seems Azeroth has no need for historical records.
Oh god, I've pulled aggro. That's the last thing I need. Go. Next.
No time
Let's
for
darts.
nostalgia.
Let's darts. Okay, kill him. Hey, I just want to say, viewership on Team YouTube today is most definitely up. Welcome in, Team YouTube, by the way. This is not me disowning Team Twitch. Viewership on Team Twitch is also very good. But I'm happy to see that the streams are performing reasonably well on Team YouTube as well.
We overcame this once, and we will once more.
Oh, this is finding crystals. I just bring one crystal to it. Is that me? Yes, there we go. I've assisted. Assistance is done. YouTube Premium for the win. There's to my understanding as well. I don't mind where people watch, whether you watch on Team Twitch or Team YouTube. I'm just happy you're here. One thing I can say categorically though is there is way less ads on Team YouTube. I also stream with no music in the background on Team YouTube as well, so if that's more to your... let me put it this way, if my choice of tunes is not to your liking at any point, you have another option. Ads? Hashtag turbo. Well, there's also that as well on Team Twitch. You got two options, but...
I wonder what Azeroth...
just natively, I'm pretty convinced there's way less ads on the YouTube live stream. But yeah, I've had YouTube Premium and Twitch Turbo for so long, if it wasn't for the fact I live stream, I would have probably completely forgotten that these platforms have ads on them. Literally the best, whatever it is, 20 bucks a month in total, to never see an ad on either of the platforms. Money very well spent, in my opinion. Oh, we go, gadget, go. Oh, fear. Okay. There's much I can do about that. Very surprised that Netflix had ads for games all of a sudden on the app. Netflix is doing some weird stuff, you know. That market, that sort of genre of entertainment is very interesting to watch, because Netflix were obviously the dominant player for quite some time, and then everybody copied them, and weirdly they seem to be taking back the crown from everybody else, because everybody else's venture capital money is starting to run dry by the looks of things, and companies are starting to demand profits from these streaming services, and most of them can't deliver profit. And Netflix is slowly but surely regaining its its crown. Not that it technically ever lost it, but it's kind of weird how it flowed. A lot of the other streaming companies seem to be really struggling. I mean, I would argue that if you entirely rely on venture capitalist investment for too long, your business model is probably not that viable in the word go. But it's exactly what's happening to Uber from as much as I can gather. It's the reason Uber has doubled in price over the last 12 months. They got to the point where they absolutely have to start making some money. Is everybody... Yeah, it looks like everybody's doing the one event and then they're just like, peace out, we're done here. So that's probably why round 2... And what? How long did that take? 12 minutes. Feels like round 2 is going to be significantly more difficult and grindy. And if I'm honest, I only got like 2 and a bit levels out of that entire round. So under normal circumstances is not bad, but I'm actively comparing this against like Remix for leveling, where I can get 1 to 70 done in like less than 2 hours. Or I can get 4 of them done if I activate another couple of accounts. So there's some argument to just delete your old characters and make new remix ones, which is mental. I'm not doing that though. Gen Z discount is over. Yeah, a lot of these services that were clearly being propped up by investor money for quite some time, the investors are starting to turn around now and go, look, look, it's time to turn a profit. This is my concern for Twitch. I've said this for quite a while now. This is my concern with Twitch. It needs, and this is why we're seeing like an ungodly amount of ads on Twitch generally. They've clearly got to the point. Amazon paid $1 billion smackaroonies for them 6 years ago now. Twitch Prime has clearly done its bit to drive the mentality and to push forward the culture of subbing, which was exactly what it was designed to do. Onboard new people, offer an integration discount. So it's clearly done that job pretty well. But equally, Twitch needs to start making some money. Or the worst case scenario is that Amazon turn around at some point and go, you know what? AWS is making money now. We got the tech that we needed from Twitch. Here, we'll sell it, make it somebody else's problem. Or worst case still, we're done here. Turn it off. People don't think it will happen. But Mixer just got turned off one day. Twitch is in, Twitch is still objectively worth something to somebody. It's only worth it if it makes money. I do wonder if Twitch have a 5-year exit plan here, or if Amazon have a 5-year exit plan with Twitch. Do we get it to the point where it produces some numbers and then sell it? They don't really need it. They don't really need it anymore. Like I said, they bought it for one very simple reason. They bought it for the tech that Twitch had developed for video streaming. That's literally what Amazon Web Video is now. What Kick runs off, which is the most ridiculous thing. One of Twitch's competitors is directly run on the technology that Twitch developed and Amazon bought. they can get Twitch to a point where it starts to make even $1, they can then arguably sell it off to somebody else that's willing to take the task at hand of actually continuing its longevity. Amazon doesn't need it anymore. Prime, Twitch Prime, is nothing but an expense. It's an onboarding, it's an integration, it's a loss leader. It's a way to try and drive more people to convert to Amazon generally. What's the reason for the financial struggles of Twitch? Yeah, just quite simply, like high quality, low latency video streaming is massively expensive. Significantly expensive because it uses most YouTube, for example. YouTube has 2 decades of experience video encoding and crushing or transcoding video into the smallest video files it possibly can without, you know, losing too much quality. Twitch, on the other hand, is doing as little encoding as humanly possible because they're trying to keep the latency as low as possible. But it then in turn means their bandwidth is redonkulous in comparison. You watch an hour of a live stream, compare that data-wise to an hour of watching a YouTube video. Big difference. Big difference. And that costs a lot of money. Low latency, high resolution live video is not cheap.
No time for nostalgia, champion.
YouTube, obviously, YouTube have painted the picture that it's free. Definitely not free. YouTube have been able to paint the picture to most people that this sort of stuff is free, but because it's been paid for by ads and by a very strong Google platform forever and ever, it's definitely not free. The fact that YouTube is able to do what YouTube does, or Google is able to do what they do with YouTube, is astronomically impressive when you break it down. The fact that they have been able to maintain the platform for anybody to use for free since its infancy and grow it to what it is now is mind-blowing. What am I doing with these fish? Or am I just killing them? I guess I'm just killing them. 26? We're getting levels, but we don't seem to be getting levels any faster than what we would do getting from like 60 to 70s. Which makes me think that doing this on like really low level characters like this, you could probably... I don't think you could level faster any other traditional way. What I would say is Remix is still faster.
We overcame this once, and we will once more.
I saw something about Asmodon streaming on his non-partnered alt account, sending Twitch broke. Well, no, I mean, it's not that problematic, but there's no denying that 30,000 concurrent viewers viewing Asmodon stream at any given point with zero monetization on it is not free for... is not free, that's for sure. You know, you can extrapolate using some online calculator, but those numbers are wildly out of whack. That's like TSM Transmog inflated level numbers. It's not really that accurate. But still not free. merely uses Twitch to feed YouTube. Oh, I mean, Asmongold is still making money. There's no questions about it. I know more so than many people how much money he's making. Yeah, he's still not short of a few. I spoke about this before, but the case study of how Asmongold got to the position he's in now is really quite interesting. The irony is that his absolute lack of desire to make money is arguably what slingshot him into the position he's in now. His lack of initial early greed is why he's now a multimillionaire. For example, way too many people get into content creation because they just see dollar signs, right? They want to make money. They see dollar signs. And this is why you see absolute dum-dums, like people copyright striking other channels that do react content to their videos and stuff. They are morons. Absolutely moronic. But they just don't get it. They're too driven by greed. They're too driven by money to see past the end of their nose. Whereas Asmongold was exactly the opposite. He streamed. He didn't even have a sub button on his stream until he got over 2,000 concurrent viewers. And it was only due to mass popular demand he even got his sub button on Twitch way back in the day. Admittedly, he had a reasonably successful YouTube channel before he even started streaming, which was how he was able to slingshot his Twitch stream quite effectively. But the fact he was then allowing any man and their dog to take his stream footage and convert it into YouTube videos was, at the time, an absolute stroke of genius. 99 out of 100 other streamers would have been copyright strike, give me all that ad money, give me that revenue. And he was like, no, actively go out and do it. And it wasn't until like a few years later where he decided to bring some of the editors on board internally, sort of more officialize an official Asmongold TV channel. Incredibly clever if you know the insides workings of how that actually functioned. YouTube brought so many views to his Twitch. Vice versa. Some of the... There was a handful, I want to say 5 predominant YouTube channels that would make stream highlights for him. Totally off their own back. And in turn, some of them were making sizable monthly pay packets by doing it. And he could have at any point easily turned around and said, claim, and taken the revenue from those videos. So he sacrificed probably over $1 million in the space of about a 12-month period by letting other people make these videos for his channels. But they absolutely slingshot his, reach, his viewership, his audience to the moon. The point he ended up being one of the largest Twitch streamers on the platform. GG. He may present himself as a bit of a dum-dum. He's quite a smart guy. He has some spicy takes here and there, but so does everybody. sheer audacity of people that demand subs. Live viewers yell if they don't. Yeah, it's quite funny. It's quite funny. I spotted the other day that some WoW time, you might have subbed to him on YouTube. He's actually part of the. He's if you've seen the Gold Capped website, goldcap.com, I think it is. Zanzaful's part of it. Hickons is part of it. I've been asked if I want to help out with it, but I just don't have the time at the moment. But one of the other WoW content creators, WoW goal makers, did a reaction, took one of my videos and just reacted to it, added their own thoughts and ideas on top of it, and it was quite an honour to see, to be truthful. I have absolutely no negativity towards anybody that wants to do that sort of stuff. The more reach, the better.
Are these Azeroth's memories? Or ours?
Right. I'm not sure, you know, if I'm going to actually bother leveling this Warlock in this way. I don't care about getting this Warlock to level 70 that aggressively. But it seems... Because we've gone from 22 to what will probably be 28. We've done 6 levels in about 20 minutes. It's not bad, but it's not overly... It's not game-breaking level broken that I'm willing to grind it all the way to 70. That said, I do need the currency from the event either way, so I'm going to do it. I don't know. I think it's more along the lines of I'm getting hungry. I think that's where we're going with this one. Getting hungry. Have you got the recruit gear? I'm getting it slowly. Yeah, we are getting it slowly. This. I suppose if I need to do the event, I might as well be doing it. Forget about the levels a little bit. Recruit gear is a fallacy. Don't get dragged in, run away. Oh, is it that it only drops for lower level mobs and it drops so infrequently that you're going to make 20 characters just to try and farm it? Yeah, I'm not that deep into my ATT collection. Profession recipes, mounts, pets, anything after that is a bonus for me. If I get Mog, I get Mog. Yeah, I'm not going to... I'm not going to go crazy over it. I'd sooner rather be spending some time on the beta, I think, if I'm honest. What I might do... Oh, okay. Sure. I didn't even do anything. What I might do, I think... Turn you to Nighthold. What the hell's going on here? Antheus Master Collector. Sounds good. I dabble. Let's turn this dude back into somewhere relatively safe. Here I am farming the last 17% of the Mogs in Remix. There's yeah, those world drop weapons have been the bane of some people's lives. I'm not that... This is why there's part of me that is kind of glad that I don't care that much about transmog farming. I'm happy to let that slip. If I don't collect everything, I don't collect everything. I'll collect the easy 8%, 80%, that last difficult 20%. Tomorrow's problem. Talking of tomorrow's problem, tomorrow is Wednesday. Reset day for us over on Team EU. There is the possibility later on today, in fact, more than a possibility, a strong likelihood that we'll get a new beta build overnight. Meaning we'll probably dive into the beta a little bit tomorrow and continue pushing forward with understanding and breaking everything apart that there is to know with the professions. I'm quite well aware, any of you that has the guide, I'm quite well aware that in the last couple of weeks, since I've been more proactive on the beta, that quite some changes have happened. So I'm kind of tempted to just basically do a sweep. A sweep of the whole thing, a validation pass on the whole thing. Meaning it won't be very in-depth, it won't be very detailed testing, but it will be merely just confirming that everything is still correct. Once we confirm something is still the same, we move on to the next thing. Very methodically, make sure that we have everything in order. Things that are going to be... things that will be prime candidates for this sort of stuff is going to be if there's any significant changes to the leveling paths. If there is any significant changes to the knowledge gains, this sort of stuff. Might have a little poke around with patron orders again, just to check and verify nothing's changed there. Tomorrow for me might be a little bit more of a, should we call it a work day, rather than a play day, where we just make sure that this is absolutely up to snuff, that everything is exactly as it should be. Because I've set myself that goal now, haven't I? So I've set myself the goal to make sure that this is tippity top, and my perfectionism is going to make it happen. But boys and girls, whether you are on Team YouTube or on Team Twitch, thank you very much for stopping by today. Thank you for keeping me entertained. I hope I was able to entertain you at the same time. The pre-patch event looks a little bit grindy, but it looks achievable if you're willing to throw some time at it. I've noticed that you can be getting 10k, 15k residual memories per 60 to 70 ult you level up quite easily, quite quickly. If you are on the hunt to get everything this little pre-patch event has to offer, it's within your reach. It's within your reach without doing anything too degenerate, I reckon. But yeah. Thanks all for stopping by. Come say hi in the Discord if you're not there already. The guild, one last thing. The guild I will get up and running in a little bit more of a more substantial form. I'll make sure I get the roles and that sort of stuff fixed. The goal of the guild going forward is to be... I have the distant plans to be the biggest... the richest guild in the EU. We will do that by having the biggest and the best crafters and goblins in it. Meaning anybody that wants a piece of gear crafted at any point, jump in the guild. Somebody will have the expertise to do it. That's kind of the pipe dream. We'll see. We'll see. I will definitely need the assistance of some others to make that a reality, though. So we'll see how far we can get. But thank you very much once again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Is anybody still online? I know Zan was streaming earlier. He's got more stamina than I do for this sort of stuff. Maybe we'll send you over to Zan. Half of you are probably going to filter over there anyway. Throw Zan a little raid. We don't often stream at the same times these days. So let's make sure we press some buttons. Raid channel. Search. Go. Go, there we go. What's he doing? Oh, he's farming Prepatch as well. Wonderful stuff. Right, when's it going to give me the button? When's it going to give me the button? There we go. There we go. Say hi to Zan for me. Have a wonderful rest of the day, boys and girls, and I'll see you next time. Peace.